That is a friend of and colleague of one of the victims, Sarah Milgram, with a sobering message about the reality of being a Jew in America and the world, for that matter. Let's bring in Rabbi Chaim Menz from the Chabad of Bel Air in Los Angeles, the host of the Aaron Cohen Show and the podcast. Sorry, Aaron, it's a podcast first. Israeli Special Ops veteran Aaron Cohen, along with RNC creator and Israel activist Emily Austin. Thank you all for coming on. Rabbi, to you first. The woman you heard from earlier, sadly, is right. I mean, they were killed primarily because they were Jewish.
100%. Everybody thinks this is a thing about Israel. It's nothing about Israel. It has always been, we want the Jews out of Israel. We want to get the Jews out of the world because they cannot look at us in the face. We have a light, we have a something, and they just want to get rid of it. This has been going on for thousands of years. This is nothing new. We Jewish people have been scared to walk in Spain in 1492. We Jews were scared to walk around Poland during the Chmielewski's pogroms. We Jews were scared to walk around in Russia at times. We Jews could have been rounded up in the middle of Germany, Poland, anywhere in the 1940s. Right now in America, every single Jew is a target because these people bought the Kool-Aid that Jews are not human and we can kill them.
Meantime, we have the Israeli ambassador to the U.S. He was on special report earlier tonight and said the following, Emily Austin. I'll get your response.
What does this tell you, big picture, about what's happening in the U.S., and does it paint a larger picture than this incident, do you think?
The outrage here is that we have international leaders like, the president of France, Macron, who's trying to press for an immediate recognition of a Palestinian state, as if the response to October 7th should be, to call it Palestine Liberation Day.
I mean, yeah, you don't reward an attack on October 7th or an attack on May 21st, 2025.
No, absolutely not. And unfortunately, that's only half of the issue. We have the international leaders that refuse to condemn it for what it is. But here in America, we have people that chose safety in denial, people that ignored the red flags when the Free Palestine movement is telling us exactly who they are. This shooter publicly supported Hamas. He supports terrorism. This group of people, they've justified the mass rapes, the murders, and the kidnapping of women and children. When they tell you who they are, you better believe them. We need to have a zero tolerance policy. The same way we don't accept foreign terrorists on U.S. soil, why do we accept people who support them and calling for acts of violence, but not just calling for them, but executing them? We can't act surprised. We've been seeing this brewing, and unfortunately, we wake up when it's too late.
Yeah, Emily talks about the shooter, Aaron Cohen, Hispanic man from Chicago, goes to D.C., allegedly kills 2 Jewish people. Is there a way to profile this, do you think?
There is. I want to talk to the source to get to your answer. We've all seen the anti-Semitism exploding on the campus for the last 2 years. Now we see the deliberate execution of 2 Jews in Washington, D.C. The source from the intelligence community is that we are seeing the active deployment of algorithm hijacking for the purpose of infiltrating the United States via Russia, China, Iran for the anti-Semitism. This is a legitimate domestic monster terrorist threat, which I believe is the sole root behind all of this madness that we're seeing across the United States and across the West. And so we need an algorithm-based company to come in. And you're not going to stop the infiltration that's already happened. But what we can do is create an OpenAI source that can be developed for DHS and for law enforcement to be able to predict these behaviors and then feed it to the school systems and law enforcement so that they have AI working with them to be able to thwart these attacks and prevent them before the shots get fired. The threat has evolved, Trace.
Right.
Law enforcement has not.
Meantime, Eli Kohanim today on The Story said this.
I point my finger at the United Nations, whose official Tom Fletcher this week issued a blood libel against Israel. He claimed that 14,000 babies in Gaza were going to starve in the next 48 hours due to Israeli actions. This blood libel spread all across the world in media, including our own media in the U.S.
Like Common Sense said, these things go viral, and you just need one unstable person, and they take it and they run with it, Rabbi.
They run with it. But here's the funny thing. For the last since October 7th, they've been saying that tens of thousands of people have died in Gaza. I've said many, many times, if that many people died in Gaza, you should be seeing 200 to 300 funerals a day. We don't see 200, 300 funerals a day in Gaza. We do not. Where's the cemetery for these numbers? The second thing is I really want to add is what Emily said and what my dear friend Aaron said is that she called it these people and he called it it's a threat. No, we have an army of people without guns in our country infiltrating to overthrow everything that's important to us.
Meantime, the Washington Post editorial board writes the following here. Emily, we'll get through these quickly. It is essential that everyone speak out clearly and unequivocally against political violence, whether it emanates from the fever swamps on the left or right, whether it's Islamophobia or anti-Semitism. Why does it always have to be both sides? What? This is the story strictly about Jewish people being targeted and killed, and the Washington Post has to stick Islamophobia in there before they put in anti-Semitism.
You know, this really reminds me of where the Biden administration would find acts of anti-Semitism and then initiate a force to combat Islamophobia. It's okay to one time just condemn Jew hatred for what it is without bringing in every single other group of people. Right now, Islamophobia is not the threat. We don't need to pretend that it is.
Yeah. Aaron, very quickly, Benjamin Netanyahu said yesterday, before this happened, he was going to go in. He wanted to get out of Gaza. He wanted to get out of Gaza. Does that still hold?
I think it's a reasonable expectation. Look, Israel's done a tremendous amount of damage to Gaza. They have succeeded operationally by taking down the majority of Hamas. The last section of Hamas is probably cornered in Rafah. Israel's got a ton of reservists called up. This is the way it works in counterterrorism, Trace. You give them a thump, pull out, fight the next day. Meanwhile, Hamas has been significantly downgraded. Let's start to cool this thing off. It's not going to be popular with everyone right now, but I'm telling you, you're not going to defeat a terror group. You've got 2 million Gazans who still support Hamas.
Aaron, Rabbi, Emily, thank you all.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.